James 5:11 says this, "As you know, we count as blessed those who have persevered. You've heard of Job's perseverance and have seen what the Lord finally brought about. The Lord is full of compassion and mercy." Remember Job's story? He lost everything in a single day. He was a righteous person and he suffered. Now, let me just say this about suffering. Nothing passes into the life of a believer without first passing through the hands of God. If you study Job chapter 1, God gave Satan the permission to even lay a hand on Job. So nothing happened to Job without God's permission. He knew. Now, he didn't cause it, but he was aware of it. There's a difference between cause and awareness, okay? Now, here's the second thing. The Lord is so full of compassion and mercy that not only did he restore Job, but he brought him to a new level of faith and determination. You talk about a steadfast faith. I don't know what the exact reference is. I think it's in Job 15. You're going to have to do a little Google it. Just Google it. Though he slay me, yet I will serve, I will follow, I will love him, though he slay me. Like Job knew, like I'm going to follow God no matter what. So yesterday, I asked you, I said, make a little list of those who suffered not so well and those who suffered really well. Let me tell you about Evie Ringley. Evie Ringley was somebody who suffered really well. Evie Ringley was a mom of 5 kids. She had 4 teenagers and a little boy my age. Evie Ringley was my babysitter. When my family met Evie Ringley, Evie was babysitting me every morning before school and then after school. And Evie had God's joy. You talk about love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control, Galatians 5 for the Spirit. Evie had joy. And what I knew even as a little boy, 4 or 5 years old, I knew that this joy was from the Lord. Why? Because her husband, Donnie, was dying of a brain tumor. In fact, every day when I would go to their house, Donnie would sit in a chair. He had lost all of his hair. He was wasting away, and he was dying. He was dying. And yet, as I knew this was a tremendous burden, and this brought about a lot of sadness in Evie's life, God's joy just came through in some very tangible and practical ways. You say, well, how? Because Evie Ringley noticed my mom. Evie Ringley was the woman that invited my mom to church. Evie Ringley, in large part, is the reason that I'm here today. See, Evie Ringley invited my mom, Pat Demetrician, to Harrisburg First Assembly, where my mom met Jesus. My mom took me and my brother to that church, and at the invitation of my brother, my dad eventually came to that church, and our entire family met Jesus, all because of a woman who suffered well. She was patient in her suffering. She didn't blame God. She didn't curse God. She didn't get angry at God. She saw beyond her own suffering to see God's purpose and plan, and I was a part of that. How can you be patient in your suffering? And how might God be using your suffering for something so much bigger that you can see or even comprehend in the here and now? I'm praying for you, praying for patience as you wait for the Lord's coming. As you suffer, suffer well. We all suffer, but let's suffer for the glory of Jesus Christ. That's my prayer. I'll see you next week on The Daily Dose.